Hey everyone, Kitty here, organizer with DXC in the SFA area. We're out here holding vigil at Stockton New Poultry, which is a slaughterhouse in Stockton, California. You can see here the crates and crates and crates. I don't know how many, maybe 100 chickens per crate that are stacked up. The ones on the left have already all been slaughtered, and on the ones on the right, which are hundreds, are still yet to be killed. And we're here just bearing witness to these animals in their last moments. You can see here where they're actually grabbing them. You can practically hear them screaming for help, and they yank them out by a hook around their ankle, and they hang them by their ankles. These are all the babies that haven't been killed yet. And on the conveyor belt, they go behind a wall where their throats are slit, and then over here is where their intestines and organs come out, and they fill boxes with that. I'm not sure what they do with that. This is a relatively small slaughterhouse that kills 17,000 chickens every day. There's really not much that we can do, but at least we can bear witness to these animals in their last moments and be here and document and expose what's happening, because the victims are far away from us. Sometimes we forget about them, but it's really important that we never forget what's happening. And this slaughterhouse is open. It's right on the street. People can just walk up, and people become desensitized. They walk by it all the time. The pain and fear of these animals is just unimaginable. Here's hundreds more. Again, this slaughterhouse kills between 15,000 and 17,000 chickens every single day, and it's a relatively small slaughterhouse. There are other slaughterhouses that kill tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and every single one of these animals is a sentient being who fears death just like we do, and screams just like we do. You can hear them screaming for help. You can hear them screaming out in terror, and you can see in their eyes they're terrified. And they're only a few months old. They're practically babies, and their entire short lives, they've never known anything but suffering and abuse at the hands of humans. And their lives are brutally ended here at Stockton New Poultry. You can see the entrance of the market is right there, and people line up and they buy their freshly brutalized bodies. And this vigil is organized by Stockton Animal Save. A lot of people probably know of Animal Save. It's a really awesome organization. They do a lot of vigils at different slaughterhouses, and they have an agreement that sometimes the slaughterhouse allows them to take a few chickens or save a few animals' lives. Sometimes when we've been here, chickens have freed themselves. I don't know how they're able to, because they're confined, you can see, to these crates where there's no escape for them, and the only moment is when they open the latch and they grab them. And every once in a while, a chicken who fought for her life will be able to get out in that brief second when they open it, and we've been able to grab them when they get out and take them to sanctuary. We've probably been able to save dozens, if not more, chickens from this place, and Danielle here is the one who organizes these vigils, so it's thanks to her that those chickens are safe and free now. Yeah, I'm just at a loss for words. It's just so awful.
How'd you got in that activism stuff?
I don't know.
So we just have to wait for
Please never forget these victims. Please fight for their liberation. Join the movement for animal liberation. We're hoping that the owner of the slaughterhouse will come out and release a few chickens to us so that we can take them to sanctuary. We have a crate. We have a crate ready for if they release them to us. It's so easy to look away and to never go to places like this, but it's so important that we bear witness for them. It's important that we expose and document these things and show people what's happening. This violence should not be normalized, because it's not normal to be mass murdering sentient beings like this and eating their dead bodies. These screaming, terrified individuals is where all of the meat products at the store that people are eating come from, you know? They sell these bodies, they take their life and they clean it and package it and make fancy meals and wrap them in plastic so people never think about the actual victim. These are the victims. They don't want to die, and we have no right to take the life from them. It's just incredible and heinous that we breed these animals into existence and domesticate them and then murder them on a massive scale. And none of it's necessary. I can't even fathom 17,000 sentient beings being murdered in this essentially garage. It's really small. It's awful. You can see in the conveyor belt, they go into a back room. You can't see them anymore, and that's where they're killed. And then back here, there's large boxes full of their feathers that have been torn off of their bodies, and that one on the bottom is organs and intestines. For some reason it's like greenish bluish. I don't know if that is some kind of bacteria or dye that they spray on them, but and it's really cold out here. I imagine the chickens are really cold in addition to experiencing a life of misery and suffering and the agony and terror of being killed and watching all your friends be killed in front of you. And this machine is all their intestines that come out and fill up this box. And none of this is necessary. We don't need to do this to animals, and we don't need to do this to humans either, because the humans that work here, they don't want to work here. There's a million better jobs that they could be having. I don't think anybody is born into this world and wants to slaughter animals for a living. It's an awful job. And where we are in Stockton is a pretty rough place, you know, like there's a lot of poverty, there's a lot of struggle. The humans are struggling, the animals are struggling. And just imagine the world that we could create, you know, a world where we don't have slaughterhouses, where we have sanctuaries, where people don't have to have awful jobs that harm their heart and soul too, and jobs that are dignified, jobs that pay better, where they can actually go home and feel good about what they're doing. And none of these animals would need to suffer and die at all. We could do so much better. And I know that we can create that world, but we have to fight for it, which is why we need people to be activists. We need people to stand up for human liberation and animal liberation and for the better world that we can and will create. None of this is necessary, and it starts with us looking the victims in the eyes and not forgetting them, and bearing witness and not hiding from the truth, and taking action. We have all kinds of protests all the time. We have a huge movement for us to fight for an end to this industry and an end to this violence. They're slowly emptying these boxes. They probably killed hundreds since we got here. And activists are taking videos and photos to help spread awareness. And Curtis is doing outreach to people in the area too, telling them about why we're here. Would you like to say anything on the live stream? It's hard to find words right now. It's hard to even do a live stream and know what to say, because it's just really awful to watch these animals be killed in front of you, and to know that we're probably the only people that have encountered these animals that actually care about them. But there's nothing that we can do to help them right now. And it's just hard, because I'm sure that every human they've met was a human that was exploiting them and a human that hurt them. And here we are, a group of us who care so deeply about them, and we can't take them. There's 17,000 of them, you know, which is why we need to stop this industry completely. Even if we rescued every single animal, there's not enough sanctuaries, there's not enough funding, there's not enough resources for that. So we need to stop these animals from being bred into existence in the first place. And then I really hope today that we can save one or two of them. Do you want to say anything on the live stream?
Yeah. Hi everybody. So we're here at the chicken vigil, and there's quite a few of us here bearing witness to the chickens, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to rescue some of them. But yeah, and I would encourage you guys to like come to the next vigil when we have one. It really means a lot.
Thank you, Jose.
You're welcome.
Yeah, not a lot of people come out to the vigils because it's so painful, but I encourage everyone to come at least once and just bear witness and never forget the victims that we're fighting for and that they need us. Do you want to say anything on the live stream, Danielle? No? Okay. There's not much else to say aside from just bearing witness to these beautiful animals. See all their leftover insides coming out. smells like death here too. I wish I had more inspiring words or something more, uplifting to say, but it's really a tragedy. It's really heinous what is happening here, and unfortunately what humans are capable of. And I hope that we can all become activists and fight for a better world, because I know that humans are also capable of so many beautiful things, and capable of saving lives, and capable of making the world better instead of destroying lives. This is the owner of the slaughterhouse.
Just one? Can you rescue more?
Yeah, why you want to walk?
But to get them like home, like a loving family.
Yeah, I'll give you two.
2 chickens?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it? Are you?
Y'all probably heard, but he's gonna allow us to take 2 chickens to a better home.
Why are you?
This poor baby must be so terrified. So yeah, we're gonna set up the crate for them now. Danielle's holding one of them. At least 2 of these individuals are gonna live a happy life.
Is it supposed to like, oh yeah, it goes up?
It's amazing that at least today we're gonna leave with two more babies going to a sanctuary and living at peace, literally seconds away from being killed. Their luck and fortune is just amazing, and it's amazing that they're here right now. I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream because this is just the most important thing that could happen right now. There's not much else to say. Thank you all so much for joining, and again, please join the movement for animal liberation.